Good morning, everybody. I'm just walking around. Connor's about to come and pick me up. One of the vans has been being repaired, so I've had to wait. Just want to say, if you're watching this video, thank you. Please subscribe, give it a chance. I know it's building work, it might not be what you think's your thing, but we try and have a laugh and give you some gardening and landscaping ideas, and there's lots more to it than just the building side of things. So give it a go. Hit the subscribe button. So we're on site, things are about finally getting done. We've just got to sand and whacker everything. Chris has just finished up the back. We're going to whacker it now, do a little time lapse for you. DJ's coming to finally clear this front of road. Don't like leaving stuff like this, it's a nightmare, but unfortunately on these jobs it's what happens. So I dare say there'll be some of you out there that give it the Larry about it, but there's nothing you can do. You just have to. If you're block paving the drive, where'd you put the blocks? They've got to go on the pavement, unfortunately. The idea would have been to have them removed or be finished up sooner, but with the weather, it's been a nightmare. So there you go. And here's our customer now with a nice cup of coffee.
Get the good side.
This is the good side. D&J. Look at this. Look at the wagons they've got. They've got it all. Look what we've got rolling around in crap. D&J Projects. The boss lady, she's here in person, looking fantastic, and she just dropped us some stuff off. What a brilliant firm.
As I feared would happen has happened. Basically, over the last week or two, the rain's been so substantial, it's saturated the sub base. So when we've compacted it, as you can see, all this water's come up and out. So basically, it's not a thing, it's just cosmetic. We'll have to wash it all down again. But it means we probably struggle to brush any kiln sand into it today because it needs to dry out. We bag all our plastics into a ton bag on each job, you've probably seen, and then we take it to the local plastic recycling plant. So we do our bit for the environment, protecting the sea turtles and all that. But it's a bit of a weird place to go. A bit of a strange place. It's definitely a strange place. Need of a bit of tarmac to this. Woohoo! Some potholes in here, look. Saying that, most of the roads in Nottingham look like that. Terrible. So if the council are watching this, start using our money for other things than your salaries and your pensions, your toss pots. There's a man like Stevie on Big Red. Hey yo! I've been gone for 5 minutes, what's he doing? I know, your mum's told me off.
No, I'm not worried about. Make sure you're subscribing to B&P Paving. Don't just watch the videos, make sure you subscribe and like those videos, guys. Support everyone, that's what it's all about.
That's it, mate, thank you. Don't know what these two are doing now, I've been gone 5 minutes. So yeah, D&J, Stevie's here, he's just picking up these bags for us. Finally getting his stuff off the road on Big Red. Buzzing, finally getting cleaned up. Driveway's about finished, just needs a bit of a clean down. Getting there. So I've just realised what Chris and Ryan are doing. What they're doing is they've lifted the border blocks out. Obviously we laid the drive slightly lower than the original level, and it's left a bit of concrete that's showing. So they've actually lifted the border out, look, and they're painting below the level, so it'll leave a nice finish at the end for the customer, which is brilliant. So it's those little bits that add up, make people happy. So at B&P Paving, don't like to mess around. We take Halloween very seriously. It's time for the kids to enjoy themselves. There's not a lot going on at the minute. It's a bit of a bad time for everybody. So if we can make it a little bit better. We've had to bring some stuff in. Look at the rain, look. Awful. So Looks pretty cool, eh?
Good morning, everybody. It's Nick at B&P. As you saw last night on the little Halloween decoration clip, my God, did it rain. I think we had about a month of rainfall in one night. I've never seen anything like it. I think there's homes in Nottingham underwater this morning, so it's been really bad. So yet again, we're attempting to work in the rain, and it just causes problems. We're starting a new job today. We're starting to dig out on a driveway in West Bridgeford. It should be all right. It's not too bad digging out in the rain, or if the ground's extraordinarily wet. It's just it causes like a slurry and like just mud. So it just the whole cleaning up and the mess it makes is more problematic. But it's just one of those things. It happens every year. It's every, you know, this time of year is always a problem for this kind of thing. And it just slows us down. You probably noticed we still haven't posted the finished clips of the last job with the cobbles and the driveway, but it's for the same reason. That it was just too, yesterday we sort of have finished the job, but it was sort of too wet to finish certain little bits and get some sand in there and get just getting the video done is difficult in this weather. So my plan is today we're going to start the new job. We're going to show you the dig out, get some time lapses in there as we do. And I'm going to hopefully on the way home pop back to that job and get some footage of the finished job for you guys to look at and see what we've been doing and the finished product. I'm happy with it, the customer's happy with it. I hope you guys are.
Okay, so it is 9 o'clock and the JCB has finally arrived on site. The job this week, brand new driveway, all the front, stopping at the gate here. We've got to remove these edgings. I'm going to work to next door's gradient, take a section of the wall out here and remove that and sweep it back up. So fair bit to be getting on with. The biscuit game has been taken to a whole new level. Obviously it's approaching Christmas. Just so any potential customers watching these videos,
this is what we expect now.
This is what we expect. The bar's been set high. I think this takes it to a whole nother level. I think we're surpassing hobnob level. This is like, I don't know. I think
more variety on this.
These aren't your everyday biscuit. Hobnob's an everyday biscuit. These aren't your everydays. These are specials. These are specials like you folded.
Do need a brew with it though.
Yeah, I know. We've got biscuits and no brew, so we can't actually eat them.
Can't knock on yet. I'm on this, aren't I?
I think Foldy's gonna have to.
I'm going to knock on there.
Gonna have to knock on for tea.
I'm not accepting this.
You're not having it.
No, I'm not.
No, they are out of order, mate. Go and tell them. Go on, big man. Sort it out. We have definitely gone into a whole nother level of biscuit. Unarguably, these aren't your day-to-days. So we're finally getting somewhere, starting to bring the level down. We've got to come to about this level here, then another foot lower. So we're going to get a lorry in to remove this and then go from there. Yeah, there's plenty to come out of here. There's probably about 2 or 3 loads, I think. So we're approaching the correct depth here. It's not too bad. Still a bit of this bank down this area here to come out, but we've already got sort of a load here. So we're going to wait for the grab lorry to come and take this pile away. I'm going to take the wall down and keep excavating, get another load away. So hopefully we'll get 2 loads gone today. That's the plan. Right, so we've got Kelly grab here. We've had a bit of an hold up waiting, but there's a fair bit to come out. So we're going to get this first load gone and away and then continue the dig out. So this side's pretty much done and to depth by this little front.
we're at level at the back near the house. It's just this area and the gradient's down. We're going to take the wall down, knock that down. But about where Dwayne stood there. And yeah, get the show on the road. So, as we've been digging, we have now exposed a water main, which Connell and Ryan are now fully digging out and exposing, and a gas main. So these are always problems that we have to try and dodge. The plan is, the customer is qualified and he wants to replace this old lead pipe with a new pipe. So tomorrow morning we're going to disconnect it here, and at the end we're going to get a ditching bucket and we're going to trench it back out, and the customer's going to drop in a new service into his own property. So I'd rather him than me, but yeah, we've got to wait till the morning now. It's going to slow us down a little bit getting it stoned up and getting the muck away, but it's all part of the job.
Hey Nick,
So I just cut the camera then and Chris was about to come on.
water main, gas main, main vein.
I'm not sure about that one. Not sure about the main vein. I've got a feeling both of these pipes are wider in girth than that pipe, but probably are. Right, so that's the water exposed here. We've took this section of wall down. I'd like to say I did that with a sledgehammer for people who don't say I do anything. Yeah, so this will be disconnected in the morning by the customer at the house, and here we're going to trench it out a bit deeper to about 600, 700 deep, and then he's going to install a new water main to his house.
For Steve Wilkinson, who says, Chris never does any work. Stick it up your mother's backside.
He's got wooden arms. He's not actually got arms, you see. They're in his pockets like that. They're just wooden hinges.
The other guy said pigeon arms.
He's got pigeon arms. His arms are so weak, he cannot physically get them out his pockets. Look. Pam, you've just made us wrap kitchen roll around your arms.
19 inches.
19 inches.
Around your mother.
Morning everybody, it's Wednesday morning and we are now just digging out a new trench at 1200 for the customer's new water main. He does it for a profession. We don't normally do utilities, but he wants to change it from the old lead pipe to the new plastic while we're here, so we're just trenching that out. It's a bit of an extra. So yeah, that's the first job of the day. So Kelly Grab has arrived for the second load finally. We've been waiting for about, well, it's about 11, 12 o'clock now. I've been waiting about 3 hours. So but that's the way it goes sometimes. People are busy. So we've just got to get rid of these 2 piles of muck. We're going to take some more of this bank down, run it down to this level. That made that sound really easy, a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, we're about there and we'll get a delivery of stone back. Obviously we're going to have to watch out here when we're grabbing, just so this gas main runs all the way up the drive here and into the property, so we've got to be a little bit careful there. But we've done it before. Right guys, I finally managed to get off the job for half an hour, so we're going to show you the job that we completed, the 2-weeker with the cobbles. So I've been looking forward to getting this video to you guys to see what we did. So yeah, I'm going to run a little montage video now for you guys to enjoy.
Type 1 road stone.
You want scattering?
Yes, please, sir. Thank you very much. We've got geotextile membrane down because it's very, very bad clay and the ground is really soft. So we've got a geotextile membrane, and what that's going to do is it's going to stop the stone pushing into the ground. That's what its job's for. Most people sell this as a weed barrier, which is absolutely nonsense. It sits below the stone. It doesn't stop weeds coming up. Weeds grow at the top of the sand, so unless you seal it, you can't stop it. Hey boys, just get shovel and shovel that 20 ton off, will you?
Haha! Bad or
Bants for days! Bants, bants, bants.
later.
Morning everybody, it is Thursday morning. We've got a massive delivery of materials just arrived. It's literally like 10 past 7. I've not even woke up yet and I'm running around like Annika Rice, so just need to move the machine bucket and then we'll start unloading all the materials and get things laid up. As you can see, it's starting to look a bit like a driveway. We've got some stone in. That's going to be a soil planter. So yeah, things are really starting to take shape now. And we say we've got this big delivery lorry of materials. That's all for us. Thousands of pounds worth of stuff there. So this one's going to be a nice one. I've got a good feeling. I want to sort of quickly talk about, I always get here for deliveries, some people don't, but I believe the importance of being here for deliveries is that you can strategically put and place things where you need them. Now ideally we'd have cut the sand on this job, so we'd have cut the bags, hold them up with a machine and cut them, and it would have dropped onto the driveway to make things easier for the boys, but we need to put a bit more stone in here, which is coming shortly. But you see what I mean? If I place these blocks, sorry I can't, if I place these blocks where I need them or closer, it just means the lads don't have to handball them as far. I could put all the block pavers on the road, but then they've got to walk with them further. And I know it's only a few metres, but it adds up. You know, if you're moving 10 ton by hand, it's a lot. So, and I always remember when I used to have to do it myself when I was like 16 and worked for other companies and so on. So I've always sworn I wouldn't be that guy. So I try and put things in place and to make things as easy as possible for the lads. So when you lot will give me stick and call me a tyrant, I'm not that bad. But yeah, it's coming on. So like I say, I put the sand on there. That's where we can mix up to back up everything and do all the concrete in. We sort of make our own ballast up. We use the sand. We always have too much washed sand, just through the nature of the job. So what I'll do is when we get like half a ton left, we'll make our own ballast with it. So we go and get some grit and we go and get some like 10mm gravel, 20mm gravel, mix it all together in the mixer and get it ready. So that is the plan. So that's Kelly Grab have just been and dropped off another 4 ton of stone. Not that there's not enough stone on here, but we realised that we just weren't happy with the level. If you look against the concrete, we just wanted to bring it up a little bit more and it will give us that nice finish against the neighbour's concrete. So we want to kind of finish it flush if we can. So we're just going to bring those levels up slightly. So that is the plan for that's the first job of the day. So that is the edgings and drainage channels all set and in correctly. We've now knocked that stone around. So we've given that a rake now, and we're going to give it another whacker the second layer of stone ready, and then have a little bit of a break, and then fingers crossed we shall start screeding and laying after the break. So we're just barrowing and knocking the sand around. I'm going to give that a whacker in a minute, and then we shall set up the screed bars and start screeding. Okay, so the sand has all been whackered, and now we'll drop the bars in and screed it for you. I'm going to do a little time lapse, show you how we do it, make it look really easy, and make it look like it took 30 seconds, but in reality it's probably going to take about an hour. Here we go. Okay, so that's everything screeded. Ryan's just floating up the lines at the bottom where the bars have been. We're now gonna lay the driveway. So, as you can see by the time lapse, well, this is nothing to do with the time lapse. We've got our own microwave, so that's pretty cool, isn't it? So we don't just have to eat sandwiches all day. We can microwave meals. Got the main drag of it laid up. We're just now, Ryan's setting the bars up here. Connell's loading out ready. We're going to sand screed and lay this area here. That's it, pretty much laid for today. We've got a little bit over here left in the corner. And then tomorrow we shall begin cutting in all the borders. Right, so we're about done for the day. We're going to, we're just laying up the top up to the gate now. Got a nice finish here along this neighbour's driveway. Give or take 10-20 mil, so when it's compacted it should finish flush with this one. Bit lower here, but it's nothing to worry about. There's a nice fall this way. It goes into the drainage on the front. So yeah, it's ready to cut in tomorrow. We'll get all the borders in and give it a good clean, get everything washed down and get everything cleaned up, and then we'll deal with this planter on Monday morning, I think. Morning everybody, it is Friday, so unfortunately we won't be completing the driveway today. We've got a bit of a backlog running, so it's messing with the videos. So ideally I like to start on the Monday, finish on the Friday. You guys get the start, you know, start, middle and end. But yeah, it's not working out like that just due to just the workload and the way it's going. So I do apologise for a little bit of disruption. It's a weird one. I didn't really want to talk about stuff like this on here, but I feel the need to. It's a bit silly. I'm a bit of a fan of I'm a Celebrity. I do like to, it's sort of like my little Christmas run-up. I don't watch much TV, but I'll watch that. And I've got to say, this whole Matt Hancock going in has just destroyed it for me. Like, I honestly think I can't watch it. In fact, I think I'm going to refuse to watch it. I'm going to have a little dirty protest and I'm not going to watch it. Because I just think, like, excuse my French, I don't really know, they're just taking the piss. They're absolutely taking the piss now. So they've had all that carry on with COVID, all the party stuff. all this kind of thing. I mean, I think my dad passed away a couple of months ago. I didn't get to really see him for the last 2-3 years before he died because of all this COVID thing. And obviously with his cancer and so on, and the operations and the chemo and things, if he tested positive at any point for COVID, they would stop treatment. He wouldn't be able to go to the hospital at this point. So it really restricted, even after kind of COVID, so to speak, it really restricted us seeing each other and spending time with each other. Like last Christmas would have been our last Christmas together, but we couldn't because he had an op in the Jan, or the Feb or whatever. And we couldn't obviously spend time together in case he got COVID or anything like that. So yeah, I'm a bit sort of annoyed about all that stuff and all that carry on. And that's a part of it, but not the main part. But then the second part of it for me is, like, I don't know what I can say on here because I'm putting it in a public forum, but in my opinion, he's a thief. He's a horrible, greasy, weaselly little thief. You know, they get £300 billion for COVID funding, and basically the man got caught giving whatever amount it was to his pals, his mates, yeah, which is classed as a minor, what was it, a minor ministerial mishap or whatever they called it. And I'm like, whoa, hang on a minute. In the real world, in our world, people like you and me, if I went to work for, I don't know, for example, Apple, and I contracted a friend of mine and just gave him 5 million quid, it's called fraud and theft, and you go to prison for it. You know, you don't get to then continue your job, not even apologise, and then the icing on the cake is you then now try to make a break to be a celebrity, and we now have to watch you on television getting paid an £500,000 salary for the pleasure of it. Now I appreciate what ITV are doing, and it's, you know, it's controversial, it's going to cause this kind of problem, it's going to get, the amount of publicity it's got is more than any of these other Z-list celebrities that are going on it. But it's just, for me, I just think, like, have these people got no shit? It's like they're laughing at us. They're laughing at us now. Like, we can't do anything, we can't say anything, we're getting, I was going to nearly swore, I nearly went full top shelf then. We're getting absolutely our asses kicked on our gas and electric bills. There is no energy crisis. They just charge us what they want to charge us. It's all BS. Just keeping people like us repressed the whole time. And they're just laughing now. And it's getting to the point where you're like, it's just, at what point as the public are we going to say or do anything about this? Because it's just absolutely you can tell it's really, and it shouldn't bother me, it's a silly program on television, but it's the principle and the point of it. It's like, have you got no shame? Like, go away, stay off the telly and go and live the rest of your life on your horrendous pension that you've got, with all your little toffee nose mates, with all the money you've stolen, and laugh at us behind our backs. You don't have to do it to our face. Like, enough's enough. But I mean, by definition, you have to question the kind of person who wants to be a politician in the first place. Like, psychologically, you've got to be something wrong with you, or not a complete narcissist, because who would want that job? Like, by definition, you get the job, and depending on what party you get, 50% of the population hate you straight away. Like, literally, you've got to walk down the street, be heckled and spat at. And so, I mean, what kind of human being wants to do it? It's like being a traffic warden. Who wants to do it? You're either desperate, which these people aren't. I can understand people being a traffic warden that probably can't get another job. It's something they need to do. But yeah, an MP, that's a choice, and it takes a certain kind of, like, narcissistic, toxic person to want to do that. But anyway, that's my little moan. In the comments, I'd like to really would like to hear what you guys think about all this, because I personally feel that I feel like they're personally taking the mick out of me. Like, it really does aggravate me. I'm like, are you taking the piss? So, but anyway, it's Friday. Sorry to have bored you to death. Let's get on with the job. I'll show you what we're doing today. And yeah, so next week, it's a bit of a weird one. We're gonna have a video that involves finishing up this job. And I've had a lot of requests to do some sort of tips as to running a small business. Don't get me wrong, I'm in no position of grandeur, and I'm not pretending to be. I run a small family-run business. But I think I've got a few little tips that I could give to, say, a young tradesman just starting out, little things that will make a big difference in getting going and so on. So I think that'd be quite a thing. So next week will be a bit of a different video, but I hope you enjoy it all the same. It'd be quite interesting to again see what you guys think. Love all your comments, loving some of the banter back in the comments, the likes, the shares, everything. Please, we need it, we love it. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Well, it'll be Sunday when you watch this. I hope you've enjoyed your weekend. I hope you've enjoyed today, which is Sunday. And yeah, just live your best life, people. And Matt Hancock.